I once heard Jim Rohn say that if you want an incredible year or you want an incredible month, you have to start at the end. Meaning you have to create a vision for yourself. Ask yourself, what do I want my month to look like? What do I want my year to look like? And then work backwards. And that is exactly what we do here on this channel. We don't just hope for better months. We don't just hope for a better year. We build it. We make it happen by becoming the version of ourselves who are living in it. So today I want to share with you guys what I do every single month to reset. And I'm going to be completely honest, I have been slacking on my monthly resets these past 2 months. And because of that, my months have been chaos. The fastest way to become paralyzed with your goals and with your dream and with your visions is not having clear direction. This monthly reset has completely changed my life, and without it, I'm unorganized, overstimulated, overwhelmed, and literally stuck with so many mental tabs open. The first thing that we're gonna do is reflect. We're gonna reflect on the month before, because you cannot move forward until you know where you are, okay? I brought my laptop and I'm gonna run you guys through the exact reflection that I do every single month. If you have the Notion template, then you know that all of this is within the Notion template. I used to do this in my journal, so you can do that as well. I used to do it in my journal all the time. And then I made the Notion version of it because it's really helpful for me to just have everything in one space. My evidence portfolio, my vision, my affirmations, my to-do list, all in one place, because it just helps me stay organized. So I'm not dealing with all the decision fatigue. So I don't forget about my vision. So I don't forget about my goals. So anyway, that is linked in the description if you guys want to grab that. But I'm going to be walking you through every single step of the monthly reset, so you don't even have to worry about it. We start with monthly reflection. We reflect on excuse me. So what we're going to be doing is reflecting on the month that just passed. 3 extremely powerful questions to ask is, number 1, what am I proud of? It is so important to acknowledge the growth that you've actually made and the things that you have done this month to improve your life, because it's so easy to overlook it and see it as nothing. But when you acknowledge the things that you've done and you say, yo, like, I am proud of you, like, Bahja, I am proud of you for X, Y, and Z, that changes your self-concept. That changes the way you see yourself. That increases your self-esteem and your confidence. And you will feel like there's nothing you can't take on, okay? And we want to feel unstoppable. That is the goal. The biggest difference between success and mediocre is feeling like you're unstoppable. I put 3 bulletin points, but this month I actually have quite a few. I'm going to share my reflection with you guys, because why not? Okay, so one thing I said was, this month was a tough one, and I'm proud of myself for pulling through the discomfort of doing something new, for putting myself out there even when I was afraid. We are stepping into a new era, and although I don't know how it's going to turn out for me, I just know in my soul that things are happening behind the scenes. I can't wait. And then another one is just walking every single day. It's those little things that make such a big difference, okay? And then the second question is, where can I improve? It is so important to clock yourself and say, this is where I can do better. The moment you are able to admit that you can do better, the moment that you take responsibility for your own life, is when everything changes. Yes, it's an uncomfortable thing to do, but it is exactly what you need to do in order for you to grow. I said, honey, organization. This is always top of my list every month, but if there's anything that I do, and I do nothing else this month of May, it is organization. Organizing my mind, organizing my thoughts, ideas, work, and plans. I'm really bad at organization, but you know what? We're gonna work on it. We're gonna work on it. I'm not even talking about like physically organizing, because I love to physically organize. I'm talking about up here. My brain just works so much faster than I can keep up. And so I feel like it's like, okay, next. And I'm like physically trying to keep up, and then it gets chaotic and it gets unorganized. Anyway, that's a personal goal. The last question that you need to ask is, what didn't serve me? This could be habits, this can be people, this can be things. It's so important to just at least acknowledge it. That's the first step to making any solid change. Acknowledge it. You don't even have to change it, just acknowledge it. What didn't serve me? When you clock it and you say, this is not serving me, you're gonna be a lot more conscious about it. It's not gonna be like subconscious behaviors, because you're aware of it. You've brought it to your consciousness, and that is the first step. And you're just gonna be a lot more conscious, and it's gonna be a lot easier for you to not fall into those things, or you'll be careful around it. So the next thing that I do is I write a letter to myself. Yeah. Guys, I don't think there's anything more important than actually building a connection with yourself, building that self-trust and building that self-love. It will get you so far. When you're able to trust yourself with your emotions and your thoughts, you're able to come back home to yourself. This saves you so much. Yeah, I just write a letter to myself about this month, of what I hope my month looks like. Just reassure myself, basically. I tell myself I'm proud of myself. Is this crazy? Maybe a little bit. In the 6 different life categories: health and wellness, wealth and money, career, mindset and mental strength, relationship, and spiritual wellness. In those 6 categories, the first thing you're going to do is describe in detail what you want that area of your life to look like by the end of the month. What do you want it to look like at the end of the month? Like Jim Rohn said, we're not starting in the beginning, we are starting at the end. At the end of the month, who would you like to be in each of those categories? And then you're gonna break it down into habits. For example, health and wellness, describe in detail what you want your month to look like. Here's what I want to look like at the end of the month. Here's the types of habits I would like to have at the end of the month. This is how I move. This is how I walk. This is how I feel. Because what we're going to be doing is embodying that. So we need to get really stinking clear on the vision. Break down the habits, right? So you're going to ask yourself, what are the habits I'm going to need to stay consistent in order for me to live in that, in order for me to achieve that. The reason why it's so helpful to break it down into habits and just like bite-sized pieces is because it's like, okay, this is all I need to do in order for me to succeed. This is all I need to do in order for me to succeed. You want to break these down into what you know you can do in order for you to reach that goal. A lot of times we know exactly what we need to do. We just don't take a moment to sit down and write it out. Goals that are not written down are not goals, they are just fantasy. That is a quote from Brian Tracy. That's so real. Like, it's literally just a fantasy. Write it down. Take a moment to sit down and actually write it down. What you're doing is you're telling your brain, this is important to me. This is important to me. And when you wake up every single day and you remind yourself of it, you are literally rewiring your brain to see this as important. And when your brain starts working with you, a lot of times your brain is wired to literally work against you. So that's why you feel that resistance when you're trying to build new habits and you're trying to do new things. It's that resistance. Your brain's like, I don't know this. This is weird to me. This is unsafe. In order to get your brain to work with you, you have to remind it and feed it the things that are important to you, the things that you want, by reminding yourself of your vision, the goals that you have, by reminding yourself of the habits and waking up every single day and looking at it and saying, this is what I'm going to do today. By creating a to-do list every single day, you are telling your brain, this is important to me. And once it gets on board, it's gonna be so easy for you to stay consistent. So easy. That resistance is no more. Just like how I feel about going to the gym, I don't have to fight myself to go to the gym. I literally sometimes go to the gym and I'm like, why am I here? I wasn't even supposed to come today, because I'm just so used to getting up and going. It is a part of my life, whereas before it used to be really hard for me. I don't have a hard time with things that I used to struggle with because I've practiced it enough. And that is what this Notion template, or I should say this system that I created for myself back in 2021 has done for me. Like, it has completely changed my life. It's given me order, it's given me structure. It's so easy for us to stay on top of schoolwork or actual work because we're given structure. There's somebody telling us, you have to do this, you have to get up and do this. So when you give yourself order and structure and you say, this is what I need to do, this is how I need to show up, so much easier for you to get up and do it. And then I always make myself a little mission statement for the month, a little mantra, a little affirmation, something to keep me going. And then here's the most important thing, really important, and I'm gonna need every single one of you guys to do it. Based on everything you wrote down, create a monthly vision board. Monthly vision boards have changed my life. I'm telling you guys, like, why would I sit here and lie to you? You don't have to do the whole thing where you get a physical board and you cut things out and you glue, but you can get on Pinterest, and this is what I do every single month. So for my May board, I currently have 25 pins. So it literally doesn't even have to be a lot. It can be 10 to 20 photos. You can make it your lock screen. Every single month, I like to change out my lock screen and make it a screenshot of my Pinterest board. I don't even do too much. Like, it's literally just a screenshot. I don't even know if you guys can see it, but it's literally just a screenshot of the Pinterest board itself. When you make a vision board, you're not just pulling random photos. It really just has to be pictures that resonate with who you want to become, that create and instill a feeling within you. For the mindset aspect of it, that is all that I do. And it has made such a huge difference. It gives you clarity. Clarity is so important in order for you to get your brain to be on track with you. Because if your brain does not have order, you're not gonna really do anything. You're really not. If it doesn't have set goals and you don't have a clear vision, you're going to be overwhelmed by all the things you know you could be doing or should be doing. And so me personally, something that really helps me is taking this big monthly vision board and breaking it down into weekly. So every week I'm like, okay, what can I do to move towards my goals? What is important to me this week? And then daily, every single day, I have my daily habits that I have to check off. So what you can do is those 2 to 3 habits that you write down for every single category of your life, turn it into a list of daily habits. Figure out how you can incorporate it. Everybody's life is different. Figure out how you can incorporate it into your day. If you just spend an hour every single day that you commit to and dedicate to yourself and your growth, I promise you, come back to this video a month from now, your life is gonna change so much. And I don't make promises I can't keep. Don't play. And so that is all that I do for the mindset aspect of it. For the physical reset, there's not a lot that I do, honestly, because I have like my weekly resets, I have my Sunday resets, but every single month, I love to start with a fresh, clean start. I literally deep clean my house, deep cleaned my entire house to make it feel more fresh, especially because now we're stepping into like the spring season. And so like that spring cleaning, refreshing it, changing things up. When you change up your environment, you are like telling yourself mentally, I'm becoming a different person. Like I am becoming a different person. Give yourself some visual cues, okay? I personally do this every single Sunday, but like washing your bed sheets, switching out your pillows, all of these things really just send signals to your brain. It tells you that change is happening, that things are changing, things are not going to be the same. This whole routine and this whole system is really about building self-trust, building momentum, building confidence, building self-esteem, because it doesn't really matter about the timeline when you are becoming better, when you are growing, when you're starting to feel good about yourself and about your life. Wow. When you are starting to feel good about yourself and you're starting to feel good about your life, you don't even need to care about the timeline, because once you start building that momentum and you start seeing the small changes in your body, in your attitude, and how you feel in your career, in your mindset, there's no stopping. You're gonna feel like that girl. You're really gonna feel unstoppable. And so if you've been feeling like you haven't been doing anything to move towards your goals, and that feeling is manifesting into you not taking action and feeling bad about yourself and having a bad self-image and self-concept of yourself, just know that all you need to do is break it down into smaller bite-sized pieces. And when you do that and you stay consistent with the little things, the way that you see yourself will change. And because of that, your entire world will change. Your entire life will change. And so, yeah, I'm telling y'all, like, I promise y'all, if you guys do this, just try it out this month. Just try it out this month. You don't gotta stay consistent with it, and just watch how much your life changes. Just watch how much better you feel about yourself, how much clarity and confidence that you have. So yeah, if you guys want the Notion template, it is linked in the description. This is the exact system that I've been doing for years, and I love it so much. It has absolutely changed my life. But yeah, I hope you guys find this video beneficial. I wish you guys the best of luck. I love you all so much, and I hope to see you next time.